Hey everyone, it's Greg-tastic here, and a lot of you guys have been asking for gameplay or benchmarking footage of CEMU, the emulator that emulates Wii U. And I've been playing around with the games, I've been testing them out for the past few days, and I really haven't released any videos on that yet. And there is a reason I haven't done that, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it before I started releasing the videos. Um, the first game that I did was New Super Mario Brothers, and I released that one because I'm not super familiar with CEMU, so that was the first game I played. It seemed to run well enough, although it did have some issues, so I didn't think anything of it. Now that I've started testing out other games, I realize that it would be irresponsible of me to upload videos of gameplay footage and reflect that upon the Ryzen CPU or any CPU or any graphics card for that matter, because I've been looking more into games and the games you guys have been asking for and games in general, and I just wanted to talk to you about the fact that CEMU is, from what I can gather, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with it. I never even used it before I got the 1700, and I wanted to test it out. It was always something I would do later because I still had a lot of Wii and GameCube games to play before I even moved on to the Wii U. But CEMU seems to be very much a work in progress. And I don't want to turn this into a video trashing CEMU because I'm not trying to either defend AMD or trash CEMU, because I think, AMD has a good processor and I think that CEMU is a good emulator. But at the same time, I want everyone to understand the actual situation of things, which is that CEMU, as far as I'm concerned, is very much a work in progress. Whereas we could take a look at Dolphin and say, for the most part, most games are extremely playable, and it is a good reflection of how well the chip is gonna be able to handle emulating these games. With CEMU, I feel like it still has a ways to go before we say, okay, this is, if you, the best way I could put it is this way: I would not buy, if you wanted to buy a processor based on how well it ran Dolphin, I could understand, because Dolphin is for the most part pretty set in how it's going to work, and you could tell whether something's going to work or not work. Dolphin working well in your system doesn't mean that you have a good CPU or a bad CPU, or it just means that it's good with Dolphin. Dolphin has its specific requirements, and every emulator will, but Dolphin and CEMU probably are like the most hungry until we start getting like 360 and PS3 emulators. But anyway, I'm losing my point. My point is that I would not buy a CPU based on what you think its results with CEMU are going to be, because I feel like the emulator has a little ways to go. So I'm just going to talk about, in general, why I think it has some ways to go, and then more specifically, games that I've been trying to test out for you guys that I just feel I can't even put up a video and say this is a accurate reflection of the processor, because there's complications. So what I'm gonna do is what you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to kind of put myself. Whoops, I did it the wrong way. I'll leave that in. I don't care about mistakes. I kind of put myself in the corner here and get myself out of the way, because I want to show you guys some things. The first thing I want to show you is CEMU's own compatibility uh, page on their website. And whoops, I'm trying to move the wrong monitor. And this is what I want you to look at. How many games are perfectly playable on CEMU? 4% of the games. How many are playable at all? 16%. How many run? 16%. Load, 35%. And unplayable, almost a third of the games are still unplayable. I realize this includes, stuff like I'm 8-bit Hero, 3 Souls. I realize this includes stuff that are not major releases, but this shows you that the emulator overall is not where it needs to be. That doesn't mean it's not a good emulator. That's not what I'm trying to say, but it has progress to make as far as being perfectly compatible with these games. Now, to look at some of the games I've been trying to play. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Why did I say Returns? I'm thinking about a different game. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I actually have a video on this going up today, and the game plays pretty well, but I'm still gonna tell you the troubles that I had with getting it to play. One of the known issues is that the intro or opening video does not play properly. And what they mean by does not play properly is it's basically just purple and green pixels on your screen, and you don't see any video, but you hear the audio. It says that you can just play the video through and then play the game, or you could use a save that someone else made. So I didn't want to use anyone else's save, so I tried to sit there and let the video play through for 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it was. And when the video played through, CEMU crashed. And I loaded the game back up, and it had a save file there, but it still wanted to play that video again, and CEMU crashed again. So I eventually had to load someone else's save so that I could give you gameplay footage, and then you see the gameplay footage and you see what it is when you watch the video. But that's a pretty big hurdle to go around, and that's not reflective of the CPU, because that doesn't say AMD CPUs, that says in general video doesn't play. Alright, now getting into something specific to now we're going to get into things specific to AMD, but actually have nothing to do with the CPU. And that's the graphics card that I'm using. I'm using the RX 480, which is a AMD graphics card. And a lot of people ask for Mario Kart 8 gameplay, and someone even asked for Mario Kart 8 4-player gameplay. Well, I tried to load up Mario Kart 8 and I couldn't. Well, game wouldn't play. It would either crash on loading, or it would go to the title screen and freeze on the title screen. And apparently this has to do with the AMD drivers. Apparently the latest AMD drivers just don't play friendly with Mario Kart 8. People who want to play Mario Kart 8 really badly, they're recommended to revert back to the previous drivers. I don't want to play Mario Kart 8 that badly. I'm, not fiending to play the game. I just want to make a video on it because you guys asked for it. But honestly, with what I have going on in my life personally, work-wise, doing these videos, etc., I don't want to revert back to other drivers or drivers that I may not have even ever installed. I don't want to do that. Game doesn't work. I don't blame AMD or CEMU, because CEMU's not like an official game that AMD should support, and CEMU also shouldn't be blamed because they can't control what AMD does with their drivers. Two aren't working together. They're on separate pages. So, but me personally, I'm not going to go to old drivers just to get one game to emulate. I'll wait for, I'm sure CEMU will fix it with a release, or AMD. I doubt, AMD's not going to fix it specifically so it could run Mario Kart 8, but maybe CEMU will figure it out, or the drivers will just so happen to fix themselves. I don't know, but that's that. That's why there's no Mario Kart 8 video. There will be a Xenoblade Chronicles X video, but yet another thing that I want to show you guys is when I was trying to play this game, it was artifacting all over the screen, and I couldn't even play it. So I had to look up why it was doing that, and what I found out is with AMD cards, it artifacts on the screen. And someone posted a graphic pack, which you could install into into the CEMU directory, and basically it changes the resolution of some files or stuff so that there could just be a little bit of artifacting on the screen, but it's still there. And this is because I want to use the RX 480. I guess on NVIDIA video cards it doesn't have that, but that doesn't mean that NVIDIA video cards are better than AMD video cards. It's just the case of a emulator going through its growing pains trying to figure everything out. So I understand that basically I just wanted to make the video. I feel very irresponsible saying saying Ryzen can't play Donkey Kong Country opening video, or Ryzen can't launch Mario Kart 8, or Ryzen can't play Xenoblade Chronicles X without artifacting, because none of those things are true. These are all variables that have nothing to do with Ryzen. And these are some of the more compatible games on CEMU, because they actually are compatible. So what I would tell you guys is that I think the chip handles what it actually is giving a fair shot at pretty well. And hopefully as the emulator irons itself out, it will be able to run the games just as well or close to an equivalent Intel chip. I don't see anything going on with the processor that is causing these issues. But I'll still put up videos of what I can so you guys could check it out. And I just wanted to make this video and basically explain that it's a little hard to test CEMU with the CPU, because CEMU is a little hard to test in general. No matter what hardware you're using, you could encounter issues that probably won't be here a year from now. And not because you upgraded your hardware, because they optimized the software. So guys, thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoy the videos that follow, and I hope this all made sense. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think I have an idea of, just in general, that we can't really, we got to take this with a grain of salt, is all I'm going to say. See you next time.